Hey everybody, it's KK's World, and today I'll be giving my predictions for the run order of SASUKE 41. I have a total of 37 competitors to predict today, and we're going to go in order in which they ran in SASUKE 40. If they didn't compete in SASUKE 40, they're going to be the first ones up. So with that all out of the way, let's get started. First up is Kenji Darvish, who I say will receive number 91. He is a well-known celebrity on SASUKE who missed out on SASUKE 40 due to illness last year. But yeah, due to him being a celebrity, like I said, and a recognizable face in the show, number 91 seems about right for him. Next up, we have the weightlifter Katsuhide Torisawa, and for him, I'm going to predict number 3. He's a joke competitor. He usually runs in the first 3, most notably, usually with number 3, I should say. Um, and yeah, that's all. That's all I really got to say on Torisawa, number 3. Next up is the Wall Fairy Boru Nissan. I will predict for them number 7. Although they don't have a chance at clearing stage 1, they're an interesting competitor who doesn't just immediately fail. Boru Nissan wore number 3906 last year in SASUKE 40. Next up is pretty much the guaranteed first finisher since SASUKE 38, Koji Saikawa. He's pretty much taken Hyoki's spot, but with that out of the way, I'm going to say that he receives number 10 for the second straight year. He gets astonishingly low numbers, like I said, for a competitor of his skill level who can consistently get to stage 2, but I'm going to say that they stick to this trend. Now on to Takashi Honma, the oldest competitor I'll be predicting today. I'll say that he receives number 19. He usually does receive numbers in the first half of the field and got number 3911 last year. So I say that if he comes back, he is getting old now. He is in his 50s. I say that he moves up just a little bit. Now going from the oldest competitor to the youngest, next is Yuta Nakashima. I'm going to say that he's going to get number 13 again if he comes back. I think that he came out of nowhere and pretty much surprised the entire community with his near clear on stage 1. Next is former Black Tiger and Ako Gundan member, now independent competitor Yoshinori Issa. I'm going to say that Issa gets number 35 this year. After the Ako Gundan was non-existent, he received number 3924 in SASUKE 40, which also caught a lot of the community off guard. However, I say that TBS will keep him in this early range. Next up is Cyber Japan dancer Karen, a well-known joke competitor who usually fails the rolling hill or somewhere else early on stage 1. I say that she receives number 33, and I don't got much of a reason other than that she's been running in the first half of the field the past couple tournaments. My next competitor is somebody who may not even be a shoo-in to compete, unfortunately, but it's Yusuke Goto. I say that if he gets invited back, Goto will receive number 46. And obviously, we all know how Sasuke treats their rising stars that failed to produce in the first couple years. The next 2 competitors I'll be grouping together since they're such close friends, Hideki Ajima and Rin Sageda. I'm going to say that Ajima receives number 41 and Sageda receives number 42 right after Ajima. And these are the exact same spots in which they ran at SASUKE 40. Alright, next up we have Shinsuke Nagasaki. I say that the seasoned veteran goes back up and runs at number 74. He finally cleared stage 1 last year for the first time since SASUKE 35, or number 3943. And now here's Satoshi Kano, who ran right after Shinsuke last year. I say that this year he runs right before him at number 73. He also finally got over the Dragon Glider, but unfortunately he timed out on the work wall. Next up are Yamada's proteges, the Black Tigers. They will probably receive numbers 49 and 50, just like the past couple years. Of course, Yoshiyuki Yamamoto will be one of them. And as for the other, I could see either Hayato Takasuka coming back or a new Black Tiger who's never been on the show before. Next up, we have Masashi Hyoki. I'm gonna go shoot out a random bow and say that he gets number 63. It is damn near impossible to predict his number, as I'm sure you all know. But hey, I got a 1 in 100 chance. So. Next is comedy duo Shimafura Myojo. I'm going to give Soshina number 61 and Seiya number 62. They got 3963 and 3964 last year respectively, and they're usually in the middle of the field. Next is Rising Star and my current best celebrity competitor right now, Hayate Kajihara. I'll say he gets number 71 this year. Despite getting to stage 3 in SASUKE 39, he only got number 3965 last year. And he made it to stage 3 again. So I don't really see any drastic changes as far as his start position goes. Next, we have another celebrity, Ryoichi Sakuda. I'll say that he gets number 81 this year. He got number 71 last year, and after several years of lackluster results, he finally cleared stage 1 again. First time in 5 years, I believe. Next up, we have the absolutely undisputed king of consistency, no argument, Jun Sato. I'm going to say that he receives number 95 this year. The only reason he got number 72 last year is because so many veterans came back and took up the later spots. So they had him run with the rest of the Morimoto Sedai. So I'm going to say that now that it's just a normal tournament again, he's going to go back to the mid 90s where he's pretty much been for the past 5+ years. Next is two-time finalist, including last year in SASUKE 40, Tatsuya Tada. I'll say that he receives number 96 due to his performance. I know TBS doesn't base numbers off performance, but come on. With a run like that, you kind of gotta put him at a very high number, even though he doesn't like the pressure of him. Plus, after his run to the final in 37, he wore number 95 in SASUKE 38. Next is another Morimoto Sedai member, Naoyuki Araki. I say that he gets number 85. He put in a pretty strong performance last year, getting back to stage 3, and hopefully he can live up to a higher number this time. Next is Keitaro Yamamoto. I'm going to say that he receives the very high number 94 this year. This man shocked everybody and made it to the pipe slider last year, almost becoming what would have been a 4 finalist. This would be his highest number today, also, if I'm not mistaken. And next up, we have two-time Stage 3 veteran Tomohiro Muto. I'm going to say that he gets number 76, just like last year. He's definitely a competitor who doesn't seem like he'll be a shoo-in for a high number every year. I don't think he can easily get to Stage 3. Next is the oldest man to ever clear Stage 2, Yusuke Suzuki. I say that he gets number 77 again, running right after Muto, just like last year. Not much of a reason other than I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot of movement going on with him in terms of start position. Next we have Golden Bomber, Yutaka Kian. Again, I think he will get number 80. I just don't know a lot of other start positions that TBS could possibly put him in. Next is the first Japanese female to clear stage 1 in 24 years, Ayano Oshima. I say that she increases her number and starts at number 87. Like I said, her run was absolutely historic, becoming only the second Japanese female to ever make it past stage 1. So I think TBS is going to focus on that quite a bit. Next we have Yoshikazu Fujita, who cleared stage 1 last year for the very first time. I think that he gets number 86 this year. I think that due to being a recognizable pro athlete, he's obviously going to keep a high number in the 80s. Next is what seems to be an A-list celebrity in Japan, Hikaru Iwamoto. I'm just going to go ahead and say that he's going to get number 88 again, since that's what he's gotten in the past 3 tournaments. And now it is time for Kane Kasugi. I say that he's going to get a very high number 98 this year. He came back in SASUKE 40 and absolutely blew everybody away, clearing stage 1 and getting very deep into stage 2. He's also said that he wants to stick around, so if he does, I'm really hoping that he's going to receive an extremely high number. And due to the way TBS markets him, I think he will. Next is Tomohiro Kawaguchi. I'm going to say that Tomohiro Kawaguchi will get number 92. He finally cleared the warp wall last year and made it all the way to stage 3. He got number 3993 last year, and I say that he stays in the same range. Next is probably the most shocking fail from last year. We got Ryo Matachi. I say that he drops just a bit and gets number 89. It's nothing against him. There's just a handful of competitors who deserve and are likely going to get higher numbers than him. Next up is the only person to compete in every tournament, perfect attendance on Sasuke, Shingo Yamamoto. I'm going to give him number 93. He finally cleared stage 1 last year in what was probably his last chance. He got number 3995 last year, but I believe that due to other competitors rising, he's going to go down just a bit. Next is All-Star Katsumi Yamada. I'm going to give Yamada a high number 97. Being Yamada, he failed stage 1 last year, but he wore number 3996, meaning I am going to move him up one spot since Nagano will most likely not be competing this year. Next is the first 2-time grand champion, Yuji Arishihara. I'm going to give Yuji number 99. He's worn that number the past 3 tournaments, and he somehow made it all the way back to stage 3 last year in his mid-40s. So there's no way he drops it all. And finally, we have Jesus himself. We have Yusuke Morimoto. Like, do I even need to say this one? He's going to get number 100. It's a no-brainer. He's won at the past 8 tournaments, and he was agonizingly close to getting his third Kanzen last year. I mean, out of all of these, Yusuke is the only one that I'm pretty much guaranteed to get right. Let's just be completely honest here. But that's going to do it for my number predictions for Sasuke 41. But what are your predictions for the numbers? Who do you think will come back? Where are you possibly going to put Hyoki? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more Ninja Warrior content just like this. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, stay happy and healthy.